Strong and wild when strong and wild when love heals the deepest scars. Part 1. Introduction. The dark side of the limelight. In the eyes of the public, Kyle is the ultimate hockey god. Talented, wealthy, and seemingly invincible. He's the star player the fans adore and the media can't get enough of. But behind the highlight reels and the championship rings is a man fighting a private war, a battle with the ghosts of his past, and a crushing sense of isolation. That is, until he meets Micky. Micky isn't your typical puck bunny. She isn't blinded by his fame or impressed by his bank account. Why? Because she's carrying her own set of heavy scars, and she can recognize a kindred spirit in pain from a mile away. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into Book 2 of the Lakes Hockey series, Strong and Wild, by Sloane St. James. If you thought Book 1 was intense, get ready. This is a story that goes beyond the rink, exploring the raw reality of healing, the weight of reputation, and a love that was never supposed to happen. Let's see how these two broken souls find their way back to the light. Part 2. Dramatic Climaxes and the Power of Connection. 1. 2. Fractured Souls Collide. The drama begins when Kyle and Micky meet in a situation that is anything but glamorous. There are no flashing lights or red carpets, just two people crossing paths when they are at their most vulnerable. Micky sees right through Kyle's perfect facade. Her stubbornness and her refusal to cater to his ego are exactly what Kyle needs, but it's also the very thing that challenges him the most. They are like flint and steel. Every interaction creates a spark that threatens to burn them both down. 2. The Image Rescue Pact. Kyle's personal life is starting to leak into the headlines, and the Lakes hockey management demands a fix. He needs an image that says stable and grounded. In a classic romance trope with a gritty twist, Micky gets pulled into his orbit as a way to normalize his public persona. But as the cameras stop clicking and the doors close, the line between the PR stunt and their real feelings begins to disintegrate. They realize they are playing a dangerous game with their hearts, especially when the fake dates start feeling more like home than anything they've ever known. 3. Facing the shadows. Addiction and trauma. What sets Strong and Wild apart from other sports romances is the author's courage to tackle heavy themes like addiction and mental health. Kyle is standing on the edge of a cliff. His career and his sanity are at risk if he doesn't confront his demons. Micky becomes his anchor, but she refuses to be his crutch. She sets hard boundaries and demands that he stands up for himself. The tension in these chapters is suffocating. You can feel Kyle's desperation and Micky's fierce protectiveness. It's a realistic look at how hard it is to actually get better. 4. Wild Passion and Absolute Trust. The title Wild isn't just for show. Sloane St. James writes some of the most electric and high-heat chemistry in the genre. However, the climax of their passion occurs when they finally drop their guards. It's the moment they stop hiding their scars and start trusting each other with their darkest secrets. Seeing Kyle transform from a lost, self-destructive man into someone who values himself is the most rewarding part of the journey. Part 3. Artistic Highlights. Heroines and Healing. Sloane St. James has written a masterpiece of a character in Micky. She isn't a damsel who exists just to fix the hero. She has her own agency, her own trauma, and a sharp, realistic worldview. She saves Kyle not by being weak or overly nurturing, but by being strong and demanding the truth. The psychological development of Kyle is equally impressive. We watch him navigate the stages of recovery and self-forgiveness in a way that feels earned. The book manages to be incredibly steamy while maintaining a high level of emotional intelligence, proving that you can have both heat and heart in the same story. Part 4. Analysis. The Strength of Honesty. The core message of Strong and Wild is a powerful one. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love, but you must be honest with yourself to start again. The relationship between Kyle and Micky is a lesson in radical acceptance. It teaches us that true love happens when two people look at the ugliest, most broken parts of each other and decide to stay anyway. It subverts the idea of the perfect athlete and shows the human being underneath the jersey. It's a story about resilience, the idea that even the deepest scars can be turned into a map toward a better future. Part 5. Conclusion. A new chapter for Lakes hockey. Strong and Wild is more than just a smutty sports book. It's a beautiful anthem for the survivors and a reminder that there is hope even in the darkest corners of fame. By the end, you'll be rooting for Kyle and Micky just as hard as the fans in the stadium. Thank you for watching this review. What do you think about sports stars dealing with mental health pressure? And do you prefer a revolving door romance or a deep, emotional healing story like this one? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see which Lakes hockey player we profile next. Until then, stay strong, stay wild, and keep moving forward. Goodbye.